Ini adalah negeri yang kaya, dengan bermacam suku dan budaya. Beraneka pulau dengan keindahannya yang menghadirkan sebuah keberagaman bernama Indonesia. Bank Syariah Indonesia sebagai bank dengan fundamental yang kuat selalu berperan aktif dalam pesatnya pembangunan dan bertumbuhnya ekonomi, menjadi energi majunya usaha kecil dan menengah, menjadi berkah dalam membangun negeri. Bank Syariah Indonesia yang modern dan penuh inovasi selalu hadir untuk mewujudkan mimpi. Dengan berbagai produknya, dengan keramahan layanannya, membangun Indonesia, membangun manusia.
Bank Syariah Indonesia.
Selamat siang, Assalamualaikum Bapak Ibu semua. Apakah terdengar suaranya? Mohon izin.
Terdengar, Pak.
Dengar, Pak.
Waalaikumsalam, terdengar.
Oke, terima kasih sebelumnya. Mungkin kita akan langsung mulai aja. Di sini sudah hadir Bu Aurelia Limkute. Good afternoon, everybody, honorable speakers, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to this public lecture. Selamat datang kepada Bu Aurelia. Today is the last lecture for Indonesian Economic and Business Analysis. That the topic to be discussed here today is about the impact of digital transformation of society 4.0 on global market, opportunities and threat, the survival strategies of marginal worker and women. As you know that the economy and society are constantly changing. One of the key drivers of this change is about digital transformation. So the digital transformation is based not only on the internet, but above all on the latest digital technology that have become an integral part of our lives. They affect not only our society and economy, but also the labor market. To discuss these issues, we introduce today's speakers is Dr. Aurelia Rimputer from UAB Vilnius Economics, Lithuania. She is a graduate from Finland, Estonia, and Lithuania, basically in economics. Introduced to shorten the time, Dr. Aurelia, the time is yours. Apakah sudah bisa terdengar, Bu Aurelia?
Yeah, sudah. Sorry, I cannot use good afternoon, everyone. Selamat siang. Sorry, I cannot use my camera. Something is, I don't know, maybe something with my settings, but I will use during the discussion, I use my phone so you can see my face, if it's okay. I'm sorry for
no problem.
inconvenience. I know it's more nicer at least to have my face.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, so, and today I would like to discuss about digital transfer. Just wait a second. I'll try to share my slides, but at least you could see my slides. Second.
Oke, sudah terlihat, Ibu.
Yeah, so that. So the topic is the impact of digital transformation of society 5.0 on global labor market, opportunities and threats, and more particular, I will speak about the survival strategies of marginal workers and women. And before a bit, I'll maybe to be more like, I just introduce about myself a bit. So I study I'm Lithuanian. I study in Lithuania. My bachelor and master degrees. I get it in Lithuania. The master degree studies was at Vilnius University, but after around 10 years, I decided to do my PhD, and I did at Erlangen University, and in economics field, and I'm more focused on gender economics, and and my dissertation was about how household technology, what is the impact of household technology to women labor force participation. But this time I'm speaking about digital transformation of society 5.0 on global labor markets. So what is, in the beginning, let's speak about the concepts. Yeah, like, or just to remind you what is the concept. Like, so yeah, the Society 5.0, what it is. So I use artificial intelligence. I think most of you are using it. So ChatGPT, and I ask what is the Society 5.0. So this concept was founded by Japanese government, and it's about the future society. What you need to understand, it's still, we still do not have it, but they still we don't have, but we are more talking about what it's gonna, how it's gonna look. So it's more about evolution. And it started, there are like 5.0, the roots. So like if you, of course, most of you knows it. So the Society 5.0, it was more about the early stage of human civilization. The Society 2.0, it was more about agrarian society, like about development of agriculture. And Society 3.0, it's more about industrial revolution and how where societies saw significant technological advancements and the rise of industrialization. And the Society 4.0, it's more about the current era. So it's for industrial revolution. This is what now we are living, and it's widespread use of information technology, automatization, and connectivity. Like what do we speak about 5.0 societies? So it's imagination society, in other words, we call. So it's like how we integrate emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, big data, and other advanced technologies in the way of enhancing well-being of individuals and society as a whole. So it emphasizes the human-centered aspect of technological development, aiming to create more inclusive, sustainable, and harmonious society. So this is, we talking about the future society. We should understand. So what are the main points for digital transformation of society? First is it creates the value. Using technology, we are creating the value. We are reducing the costs, such as transportation, such as sales cost. Like now, for example, like I could do a lecture while I'm not in Bandung. So it's also like reducing many costs. So basically, I'm sitting in Bali and I'm doing the lecture, which is in Java. Yeah, and as well, this is the main important thing, is how we integrate. We create the value and how we integrate the value, how we are using the value later in our daily life. And the main challenges are like social and ethical implication in different areas. So what does it mean? It means transparency of data, the completeness of data, that we also need to think about frauds, or like that, how fair the data, also privacy, like about different implications. So this is very important, and our responsibility, and how to do that it would be sustainable. What we create, that it would last. And this is goes to improving quality of life, because this is the main. So I want to also a bit introduce you about the background of the studies of this topic. And I use two authors which I choose. So one of them is Parker. In 1978, he wrote the article, and he stated that technology should be estimated from the perspective of important social aims and problems. And basically what he meant, it's like he had three assumptions, and I use traffic lights to highlight, let's say. So one is he rejected that about technological determinism, that this is more particular about technological forecasting. So that we should not focus on technology itself, but we should focus more about social institutions and how social institutions would determine the particular, like what we can get technological possibilities and how we can implement it and what it could be the results of it. So the second one, because there is a huge speculation still about how the technology could be harmful for some people, like that automatization of some workplace, like some job profiles could shape the like it could decrease the it could decrease workplaces because of technology, but as well it could be beneficial for some workplaces. So it could also create new workplaces, such as like IT developers or the people who supervise robots and so on. So it could also create a lot of workplaces, or it's also could shape. So it's not yet known. Is it like, would it make the benefit? Would it give it a benefit, or would it give it beneficial? So, and we should also be aware. Should be aware of the technology and the potential. So we always should focus on the changes of technology, because technology is changing so fast. So it should be we should know about that there is a huge potential of technology. So this is what Parker was saying in 1978. So, and he also a bit write about industrial economy and how it changed to future economy. So, so society 4.0, like, this is, I mean, I'm saying not industrial like 3.0, but more 4.0. Yeah. So the assumption of unlimited, because there is assumption that unlimited potential supply of energy and materials, but in our future society, it's more about energy consumption, non-renewable resources, such as let's say technologies. It's non-renewable resources, and it's also about the society, because before we had like that people should work hard to get something done, but it's more about working smart. So it doesn't mean that maybe you don't need, this is more about working hours, but you should not focus that it's not like if people are working 9 hours, they are very productive. It's more of like maybe 4 hours you are more productive. So this is, he was talking about this. Also about that usually the machine is augmented by human physical energy. But in this society, the machine is more like on human information process of human ideas and innovation. And it's not like before it was energy intensive goods, now it's information intensive goods. So this is the differences. And then he was talking about national economic policies, which is actually what it's interesting that he was talking in 1978, and it doesn't change much. So what he was saying, need to increase productivity. It means that we should form more highly skilled labor force, and in more like research and developed sectors. As well, talking regarding about international cooperative strategies, more like not thinking not like how we should compete, but we should cooperate. So our, like, let's say, but we should create common symbols with shared meanings that it would be easier to communicate and cooperate. And regarding also, there is the issue which now occur is privacy, like so because the weak, like how to protect the weaker power, or like to how to avoid exploitation, like yeah, like because now your data might be not safe, like what you share. So how to protect the also the rights of the products, and yeah, property rights and information, create property rights and information, and create artificial incentives. So, and then the next one is work and leisure. So because like he's saying that during this digital transformation, there is no longer, I think you also can understand, I mean, more or less when you start to work, you will understand that, or like maybe you, when you study and work and study and leisure, but there is not such a huge distinguish between work and leisure, and that people more and more do work at home, or they understand that the work should not be painful, or like that people like always say, I hate Mondays. So it's not like it should not be painful or stressful. It could be also the passion, and it could be integrated in your daily life, because more and more people are working at home, or like there is not such a big distinction between leisure and work. So what he was telling, and actually now we see that what he was telling in 1978, we feel that the guidelines are like actually following. This is like what's happening now. So, and improvement of infrastructure, he more was talking about like that social policy should be more like, it's not just that we focus on large cities, we focus also on small villages, or it should be more and more improvement that all people can get technology, not just the bigger cities. And yeah, transparency, what is I mean, I think we still have some problems, error checking procedures, and timeshare digital data, like how to make it transparency and not like because now people kind of, there are like also manipulations about data or information. And access, it should be more and more free access, or like very low cost access to information networks, that all people would get the access. And then another scientist, which I mean, I'm pretty sure most of you know, or if don't know, he's still alive, so it's interesting to listen him on YouTube, Paul Michael Romer, and he is famous of endogenous growth theory. He is Nobel Prize laureate in 2018, and he's talking about that the rise of a nation's human capital will lead to economic growth by development of new forms of technology. So he is talking that not just external forces like maintains economic growth of the country, but also internal forces. And more particularly, he is talking about knowledge, ideas, and how the about innovation, that the improvements in productivity can be linked directly to faster innovation and more investments in human capital. And yeah, like this theory came from equation like how gaps in wealth between developed and underdeveloped countries could persist if investment in physical capital like infrastructure is subjected to diminishing returns. What is like if we think about ideas, they're not going ideas or innovation, they do not have diminishing returns. So that's what is his idea, like like is now is knowledge-based economy, and the spillovers effects from investment in technology people keep generating returns. So he is more talking that we are rich about yeah, like ideas or innovation. So this was the beginning of I mean, I think these are the roots of the studies of our topic. And yeah, so regarding like coming back, what is the impact of digital transformation to global labor market? And I pointed, let's say, eight points. What is the impact? So let's take a look. So one of the impact is the shift in job roles and skills. So more particular, what is maybe for us like important, because most of students are highly qualified workers. Yeah, so new job roles. So, but like what kind of roles? So engineers and quality control staff for the like robot or like robots, or we speak about information technologies. So as well the new profiles, yeah, like now particular big data statisticians or data security analysts. So it's becoming emerging new job occupations, or workers with multidisciplinary skills, like let's say managers who can who are very good in organizing or like projects, but they also have skill to deal with advanced data. So this kind of because we don't need anymore like narrow occupations. We more need like multidisciplinary skill, like such as decision solving skills, or like innovative people. Yeah, and then workers with advanced management capabilities and soft skills like communication or or communication basically. So, and again, the skill shifts, we talk about increased demand for digital skills. So there are increased demand for digital skills, which most of us should, if we don't have or we don't have enough, so we should update. And for example, healthcare professionals now, or software developers, data analysts, so sociologists, cybersecurity jobs, all of them need to update, because now some could be changed by robots, because we don't need anymore, or we could just half of things could do robots, and then another we need the human. So, and what we need to think about, lifelong learning and upskilling becoming crucial in such an environment. So, yeah, so we need to update our skills. And here is, I use European company survey, Eurofund. It's this European, it's like the agency of European Union. And they did the survey in 2019, and they include the EU, 27 of EU countries and plus UK. So, and they did like, what is the change of employers in 2000, during 2016 and 2019. And what we see that in highly digitalized sectors, the increase of employees was the highest, around 43%. And if you see in all sectors, it increased. The employees increase. However, like the decrease was the highest in high use of robots and limited computer use sectors. So, and we also can understand that now there is like the trend that in highly digitalized areas, the wage increases, while in let's say in limited digitalized areas, the wage decrease. So this is the trend now. And what we can see that permanent contracts are the biggest amount of permanent contracts are in highly digitalized sectors, and the lowest in where is high use of robots and limited computer use in EU. This is in European Union, yeah. And some facts I'm just about EU. So already 8% of EU businesses use AI technology, and if you remember, artificial intelligence, it's just became like, it's not such a long time ago appeared, and already 8% of EU businesses are using AI. And nearly 70% of EU small and medium enterprises reach basic digital intensity. And what is also 41% of EU businesses use cloud, which is what actually EU goals are to use 75% of EU companies should use cloud computing services, which is kind of, I mean, they still don't know, but this services actually is hosted by third parties on the internet, and you don't need, and the companies do not need to build their own IT infrastructure. The IT infrastructure is already there, and it is a significant advance for enterprises because they don't need to set their own infrastructure, and it helps them to get the data and to get maybe to do survey or something like this. And 90% of people in the EU, they use internet daily. So this is about EU. And the next impact, what I was talking about, it's about automation. Yeah, like and the job losses for low-skilled routine workers. And one of them is in logistics. They already losing. This is in Germany more like particular is about truck drivers, because now, like if it is routine, it could be truck drivers are changed by technologies. So, and in as well in manufacturing, like routine occupations, production line operators, or or others, they could be changed. And what is also can happen in voluntary atypical employment. What does it mean? It's shorter fixed terms contracts or lower hours part-time employment, because due to technology changes so fast, it's becoming like the companies don't want to invest on people, so they give short-term fixed contracts, or they more focus on part-time workers, and it could be a problem for especially for low-skilled workers. And so yeah, there might be skill transition, like even in low-skilled workers, it could be like that we need workers with have a transition to higher level skills, like let's say robot developers or robot systemic integrators or specialists in programming and robot maintenance, so like such as this. And in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, the workers with multidisciplinary skill sets, as I told before. So it's more like about fast decision making, or flexibility, fast adaptability, this kind of skills. And here we can see the risk of high automation risk by low-skilled routine occupations. And as we see, this is blue-collar occupations. And if we see so the highest is handicraft and printing workers, machine plant operators, and construction workers, technical laborers, cleaners. All those people could be changed by robots soon. But as well, if this this is blue collar, we see like it's more. I'm talking about really low skill workers, and here if we kind of would say medium skill workers, because it's pink collar sector. So sale workers or office clerks or science and engineering technicians, it's like this is more, I want maybe to explain a bit that you would understand why it's pink collar. Science and engineering technicians is more like that people who are adjusting data. Like it's not like people who analyze the data, it's more like adjusting, taking care of the data, doing the primary tasks for the data. It's not analyzing it, it's not investigators. It's more, yeah, like also teaching professionals, because maybe soon it could be changed more and more by artificial intelligence, and we don't need election. So this I was Czech Indonesia. However, it's maybe not the best data, because it's just 2020 and 2021. So it doesn't see a lot of changes, but what we could see that some of there are some trends, let's say, what we can see. So information and communication sector increasing, the occupation, the employees, and what is decreasing is real estate and I think agriculture, the decreasing processing industry is still not decreasing. But I mean, there are probably it's not, because it's fresh, it's not yet visible, it's still ongoing. The topic is still ongoing. And what is opportunities of automation? So it's not just because now I was talking about just threats. Let's say that the threat is that low-skilled workers might lose their job. Some of them might lose. But on another hand, automation complements human labor in some services, and it could be that if workers in services update their skills, they would just not lose their job. They just would know more how to deal with technologies. and they still could work their job. And new employment opportunities, like as I told, like robot developers, robot systems integrators. It could be just creating new job profiles. And in smaller companies, automation motivates the job profiles, such as chief executives, business administrators, and human resources managers, because it could need to deal with technologies. Because of technologies, it might be different. So how should the universities prepare for digital transformation? Like how your university should, how Universitas Padjadjaran should prepare for digital transformation. And this is the challenge. And so I was reading some article, and it gave some ideas how it should be prepared. So one of the things, what they say, independent online-based learning. I think some of the universities already have it. And it's like expanded learning, but there is online backup programs that the content is more expanded, but it's more, just online-based learning. As well, IT infrastructure should be more expanded, and like network connectivity, computing devices in labs, or some loan systems, more equipped classrooms. Like as well, the ability, what is very important, the ability to apply technology to the teaching and learning process. Because what if we have technology, but we cannot apply the technology in our daily teaching and learning process. So what would be open educational resources, interactive lessons, maybe including artificial intelligence or robotics, 3D platforms, and so on. So as well, collaboration platforms to integrate process and people, like it could be more educational social networks, like maybe now it's like more universities are working inside the country, but it could be more like allowing more like that you, let's say you are from Indonesia, but you can enroll in some courses in UK or in Lithuania. This could be interesting thing, and it's more about collaborating in the end. Yeah. And the most important, new mindset, embracing new technologies. So new managerial skills, reskilling and upskilling, so that you're not staying with your skills, but you're also doing, you're reskilling, you always updating your knowledge. So, and the third impact of global transition is digital connectivity, and more like in globalization of talent. So what's now is doing is that the people, like the companies, no need to focus just on the country where the companies are established. They could just announce that they are searching for best talent, for the best professional, and using communication tools, they could find let's say the company is in Switzerland, but the worker is in Brazil. So they could find more, because now we have the ability to work remotely due to, let's say, COVID-19 helped us. So we have we don't need to focus just on what is now in our country. No need to be around the company, the best professional. We could now think about globally. So, and this is the statistics that in US, there are 34% of people who are working. The companies are based in US, but 34% of people from those companies are working outside of US. So, and this is like, we can see globalization of talent, the statistics in the countries, which countries the most higher. And yeah, so what is remote work? It's working at home, which is now it's more flexible, and it's becoming more and more widespread. And 66% of leaders say that the company is considering like to have hybrid work, which means you have also on-site, but also remote work, because I mean, it's probably depends on many things, like also characteristics of people. Some people prefer to work at home, some people prefer to work at the workplace. But interesting that now the profile of work changing, because more and more companies considering to have a remote work. So, and yeah, 73% of people see that they would like to have flexible, let's say, remote work options to stay, because it's maybe allowing for many people to have a balance of working at home and as well taking care of family. Yeah. So, and the four impact of digital transformation of society 5.0 in the labor market is upskilling and reskilling, and be more like, this is more focused also on continuous learning. Yeah, like if we think that like before, we not a long time ago, but we always more focused like on official learning, like what we get at schools or what we get at university or vocational colleges. So, but this is more like that after you get your degree, that you should update your knowledge. You should all your life learn something. So this is more about continuous learning. And this like this is Deloitte Consulting made for 4 years learning needs, and one of them is education. As I told, this is what we learn, like like at education, like it could be education at classroom, it could be education informal, like this is the education. One more experience. So this is in this category falls like what we learn in the workplace, like for instance job rotation, or like some stretching assignments, or like some special projects. Exposure means that it's involved interaction and relationships, let's say like professional conferences or volunteering assignments in the community, like as well coaching or mentoring, it goes to exposure. And environment, this is connected with tools and systems, what employees need to include to support the work. So this is what. And in always we should this continuous learning model classifies that these learning needs falls into three main categories, and where we can evaluate ourselves: immediate, intermediate, and transitional. Immediate is more like that it's what that all employees or need access to information. So so this is the question: what do I need to support my success in this moment? like how I need to support my job functions now. Like, but the second one is more about how to expand the competences. Like, what do I need to grow in my current role? And traditional, it's more like about to meet long-term business goals. Like what do I need to grow in my career? So this are question which a bit differ, and it doesn't mean that this kind of rings they not indicate skill level. It's more they find more of their own development activities located on the outer ring. And most employees should find themselves jumping between all of the rings regularly. So yeah, so this is also lifelong learning. So, but it's just the graph, which I think more or less you understand. It's like, so there is, in the beginning, we have formal learning. And like schools, universities, and vocational schools, like some. Later, we have non-formal learning, which we get in the job, like let's say job training or job activities we get. And then informal, which just gets also that we get not just from family members, but maybe community also. Maybe we are involved in some voluntary activities or some NGOs, which we get informal learning. But this is more like that in all our life, we should not stop learning. So this is the impact of digital transition of society 5.0 and the concepts of lifelong learning. So this is like a bit for you to understand what is traditional learning and what is lifelong learning, what are the differences between traditional and lifelong learning. So we used to understand that the teacher is the source of knowledge. Like basically what the teacher says is like we should make notes and then this is done. Like what the teacher prepared the lecture, this is everything we are taking as a granted. But lifelong learning is more like about, and I think also at university we also should understand that the teachers, lecturers, educators, they are just guides. So this is like they are guiding how to find the source of knowledge, how to find the more information about the subject. They're not the source of knowledge. They can do mistakes, and they are just guiding us. We also need to be interactive with learning, and also like what we also used to like we receive the knowledge from the teachers, but for lifelong learning, we more learn by doing, by applying, let's say, technologies, by searching, or not just receiving the knowledge, by checking the information what the lecturer gave us. We also more learn than, let's say, just passive listeners. So what once so also what at schools we still, like at the high school or at primary or secondary schools, we used to like understand that all learners, all students are doing same thing. But now they more, at least in EU, they more talking about how to develop individualized learning plans. Because let's say, because not for all people suits same thing. Like and we also used like that there are tests, and then we get the grade, and we know how we can learn further or not. but the assessment is more just to guide your learning. You can understand like more maybe where are your weak points, and it's more just giving you suggestions, not judging much. And there are not like, because we always in traditional learning we had like good learners, and if you are a good learner you are permitted to continue their education. Well, this should be changed the concept, because people should have access to learning opportunities over the time. Because maybe you're not good at this moment, but it's not even, there is no good or bad, because should be more individualized, because maybe you are learning not what you are capable. So and so this is like about upskilling and reskilling initiatives. Like what is the impact of digital transformation to the labor market. This is again a bit maybe jumping. So one of the 5 impact is entrepreneurship and innovation. So what is more particular is the rise of entrepreneurship. What does it mean? Like that there is an impact on traditional industries, like such as retail would be, it's significantly affected by digital transformation, because there is a rise of e-commerce, and it changes retail landscape and job roles within the sector. And so for example, what is now digital entrepreneurship? Because digital entrepreneurship is we should examine within 3 types of entrepreneurship opportunities, and business, knowledge entrepreneurship, and institutional. What does it mean, business? So business entrepreneurship practices are enabled through the IT services, and for example, users access the firm's website via the internet to answer the questions, and it is new profit-seeking ventures and devise new process of new value. Regarding the knowledge entrepreneurship, so practices are carried through a combination of live studies and online studies in the firm, and this is like more about innovative new fields and improving knowledge production and distribution. And institutional entrepreneurship is more about how changing, it's terrorizing new practices and transform industry forms and accept novel practices. Like let's say how online advertisement now is instead of TV advertisement. So this is rise of new digital entrepreneurship. So and now we like more. What is like how before was like it was universities, business, and state, and now it's more like universities, business, state, and civil society institutions. So we should also include civil society institutions such as NGO, to know more about not just universities, not just business, not just state, but also create some platforms for society institutions. As well, one of the impact, job polarization and income inequality. So what is this is like Oregon, one of the US states graph and statistics. So it's now becoming like that the growth is in high skill jobs and in low skill jobs, but middle skill is decline. And so like what we see, the scientists now growing, agriculture, finance, but the huge impact is on lower teachers, arts, design, because it might be it could be the because of digital technologies. And now there are ethical and social considerations, and ethical challenges, like what I said, ethical challenges. So safety, privacy, mitigation of bias, algorithm fairness, transparency, relevance. So these are could be the impact. What is the impact of digital transformations of society 5.0? So how we protect our data, and how we protect and how we do it safety, and that would be also fair and completed, and social implications as well, like that it would be the data would be error-free and relevant to the decisions that are based on. So like what we see, like I mean, I don't know your opinions about it, but like during COVID-19, there were many theories about this pandemic, and we can see that because many people can play with our feelings, so it's so this is very important, transparency of information, and also that the information would be completed and accurate, and so this is also quite important things. And so what I was telling a bit to make conclusion that you would not forget. So what are the impacts? So there are 3 impacts, what I say about regarding labor market. But it creates job, it changes the job, and it displays. Some jobs profile will be displaced. So that but however, the impact might be vary across industries and regions. So we're not yet sure. Probably in the developed countries, faster will get the impact than developing countries. So, and and one more is the impact of digital transformation is the change of work culture. So what does it mean? Like that it emphasizes on collaboration, innovation, and the adaptability of the data. So, and that we should always monitor and regarding how technology changes. And so this is our the first topic is finished, and now we more about marginal groups of workers. And so I made few photos for you, maybe to share you. So what are these are the marginal workers, because maybe we understand that marginal workers are just low skilled workers, which is not true. Like it could be also high skill workers. So marginal workers are people who are working not all the year. Let's say they work 6 months, less than 6 months. They're not working full. And some people are calling them as lazy or unmotivated. They are working part-time or temporary capacity, or they are self-employed. They are actually as well vulnerable about income, because they work to get income and then they could take a rest. So it's and some of them have, like it could be also some physical disabled people, like women, be many women going to marginal workers group because they want to have balance of because they need to combine family duties, the childcare activities, and they want to get also income, or like also it could be sometimes marginal workers are youth because they don't have work experience, or they don't have education, but they need to get some incomes, so they could work online, some advertising, some like freelancing they could do, or yeah. And also it could be older generation. It doesn't mean that marginal worker is just working with internet technologies. It could be working also, as I did the photo. They could work also in the streets, like just getting. But we are focusing in this topic about people who are working with technologies. So anyway, I presenting here also part-time workers in EU, just for you to know the clue, maybe a bit like what is like a marginal worker, how it looks, that we could shape a bit to understand how they look. So as we see in EU, this is Eurostat data. In EU is 30% of marginal workers, so part-time workers, are female. So it's more female than male. This is what you need to understand. As well, in like we see like around 50%, 48% of women part-time workers are in elementary occupations. Elementary occupations, so it means like selling goods in the streets or in public places, like from door to door, selling food. Not necessarily food, let's say some goods, like providing various street services, cleaning, washing, pressing, taking care of apartment houses, hotels, offices, and other buildings. So it's very vulnerable people. They're working for low money to just, and they don't have contract, like this kind of this is like what is marginal workers. So yeah, so also services and sales workers, they around 35% of women are part-time workers in services and sales. So, and here I found just Indonesian online gig workers. So it was the article is published in Development Implication of Digital Economics, and it was done with 175,000 Indonesian users. And what we can see, like, so it's we showing what platforms they are using. And but maybe I don't know if maybe this is for your curiosity if you are curious, but this more like so what they are doing. So 49% people are doing creative and multimedia. So it means they may be creating some videos or promoting some sales. Also 14% is doing writing and translator, around 12% software development and technology, and sales marketing is just 2%, and clerical and data entry is 21%. So we can see what online gig workers are doing. Yeah. And like just to remind you what is gig economy. So it's a labor market that relies on part-time positions, and they are like more freelancers, like they're not full-time permanent employees. So they could be many platforms just open the job call for short time and they could get some job, which is I mean, there are positive and negative. And this is about Indonesia, part-time workers. I want just that you would focus on part-time workers. So we take, let's say, people who are working 1 or 34 hours per week. So as we can see, is around 36% of people are working, are doing part-time work, which is a lot actually. And once again, like if you see that women are doing more than men, around 44% of women are doing part-time. So same trend as EU, yeah, like that women are more doing part-time workers. So what is the impact of digitalization for marginal workers? Yeah, there is also positive. So yeah, it increased access to opportunity. As we already said that there are new job opportunities like freelance work, and yes, you can have more opportunities. As well, it develops new skills like digital skills. It gives you flexibility. What I said that some people don't like to have work schedules, or and it allows you to have the balance what all of us are seeking, like family and work. We want to have both of things, and it's hard. And during this digitalization, it's possible to have it. So this is the positive. However, there are negative, like job displacement. So be like, what if you are not young and you are not very high skilled, or it's not anymore easy to learn for you? So you can during technologies, you can just lose your job, because if you work routine or repetitive, you're doing repetitive tasks, you might one day lose your job. As well, what is wage disparities? As I told, that it might be a huge disparity between high skill occupations and low skill occupations. And because for high skill job occupations, the salary is getting higher, while for low skill is getting lower. At least the tendency is like this. So this is negative impact. And what is as well access and inclusion challenges? So like some marginal population, they could not having access to get digital tools. They could not just they not having they don't having they could also not have some lack of education, or like limited internet access, or there is no sufficient digital infrastructure in some regions, so they cannot get the job insecurity. Yeah, like this is gig economy. So it's like the digital platforms provide work, but it's could be unstable and it's not secure. So it's like it's not steady income. It's just not regular income. So you never secure if you get a job or not. And as well, there might be age and skill gaps. So age, like that older marginal workers, they may struggle to adapt digital changes, and or like skill gaps, like if you are let's say without education, like even let's say if you have a primary education, it's quite difficult maybe to update your digital skills. So what are the strategies for the government? what could be the strategies, like how we can survive. So there are training and education, like that. There are some like trainings like girls who can code in US, that it's for young girls like 13, 16 years old, but they could enroll in the program, and they could learn some digital skills. So what is more like that we should also understand, like that the society should be formed already at school or at university. But what if we already pass it? So there is also additional trainings, like it was done in Spain. Was done like all workers could have a training of digital training, so digital skills training, or people who searching for a job. While they're searching for a job, they could get digital skills training. They focus on this. So one more like policy interventions, so that they would more ensure fair wages. Maybe they could control that it would not be such a big gap between low skill and high skill workers. As well, digital inclusion initiatives, like about digital divide, and that can help to ensure that all workers can participate in digital economy. Yeah, workers' protection and collaboration of partnerships. And this is what artificial intelligence advice asks to how we can survive the transformation. So I'm not, I think I don't have much time left. So yeah, embrace lifelong learning, develop digital literacy, foster a culture of cooperation, experimenting with new technologies, be aware of data security and customer-centric approach, be flexible. So these are the advices. And yeah, what is the role of, what is for women, what I want a bit to speak. So for women, yeah. Yeah, so like what for women is that EU gender equality strategy more focus on how to do gender equality, at least that we would also, because there is a fear that during digitalization, we also gender equality issues be kind of transmit again to this. And what we can see that who use the new technologies, and yes, women and men use new technologies, but women are more focused on social networks. They more like looking for info about education and training, like yeah, job searching, but like professional networks, more online learning materials are more capable, more using the technology are using men. So this is very, and also that yeah. So this one also survey was done by US. And they noticed that working women older than 40 years old are at much higher risk of having the job automated than men at the same age group. This is what they found. And that they think that stereotypes are based on the technologies are masculine and all, like, and it's coming, still going here. However, yeah, so this is also what use women and men. So like more women are using computers. They are, however, men are more exchanging emails. Like more, the men also more developing and maintaining IT systems and software comparing with men. The woman. And here also the the EU and like 2018, but that just 1% of 15 years old person are expected to work as IT professional. Just 1% of girls are expected to do, while comparing the boys is 10%. So you can see that it's still going. And the digital capabilities gap in Indonesia is 2018. So it's like here as well, we can see that men dominate in all like calls, navigate menu, text, search internet, download the app, basic like they more dominate in technology, in using technologies than women. Of course, we probably it's also more concerned with social norms that women are taking care of childcare activities and household activities, so they don't have enough time of doing same. Yeah, so what is possible, like, yeah, provide with right skills for women. They say like maybe early investment in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics fields, as well tax deduction for training, like especially like who are in workforce, and portable individual learning accounts, like that some but more individualizing the account, learning account, like it was done in France, and close gender gaps in leadership position, like providing affordable childcare and replacing family taxation with individual taxation, because some, let's say, if you are single parent, it's not should be more like focus on family taxation. And yeah, connect to the digital gender divide and ease transition for workers. So yeah, so this is good. And positive scenarios that women pursue jobs with greater employment options, career flexibility, and the option to work from home, a balance of work and home, and participate in traditionally man-dominated occupations. However, it is also normalize flexible work. So, and then balance, maybe we are saying that maybe it will be more balanced and paid work, because due to technologies, we could not maybe see the difference between women could more be involved in man or male called occupations. So this could help. Yeah, and the conclusion, like, yeah, so digitalization offers like opportunities for high skill, but also it gives some negative, or let's say we should think about low skill routine workers, because they could lose. And our education system is very, very important to achieve some benefits, like maybe we should change education system, and the public authorities and social partners need to facilitate this process by assisting the future skills. So that's all I know. I think I was very long, but I hope you still are there. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for Dr. Aurelia for the presentation, interesting presentation. At least that in the material show that the conclusion, the number one is digitalization offer a wide range of labor market opportunities, especially for higher skill worker. And then the education systems need to anticipate future skills, such as ER or virtual reality. And then the last one is about public authority and social partner must facilitate the process by assessing the future skill needs assessment. Okay, thank you, Aurelia, for your presentation. There are several questions from Pak Aswin Ripai, Bu Puji, mungkin bisa langsung atau mau dibacakan?
Dibacakan aja, Kang.
Oh, dibacakan. Oke. Jadi the first question from Pak Asri Pak I. The number one is how
Yes,
can
could
we
you please give me 1 minute so I could use my phone so you could see me, so maybe you feel more comfortable.
okay,
If you
okay,
don't,
okay.
yeah,
Okay,
just a second. Give me
Okay.
like.
okay. Mohon maaf Bapak Ibu ya, ini laptopnya ada trouble sedikit sehingga beliau belum bisa on cam ya, dan juga belum bisa membaca dari chatnya, tapi beliau sedang perbaikinya. Mudah-mudahan bisa secepatnya beliau bisa memperbaiki laptopnya seperti itu. Mungkin kita tunggu sebentar ya Bapak Ibu ya. Oke, silakan Bapak Ibu kalau ada yang ingin ditanyakan ya, atau ada yang ingin justifikasi, silakan ya, terkait dengan beberapa hal tadi yang sudah dijelaskan ya, yaitu mengenai masalah digitalisasi khususnya terhadap kesempatan dalam angkatan kerja, yaitu khususnya perempuan dan marginal worker ya. Jadi Bapak Ibu yang memiliki penelitian atau memiliki beberapa kajian terkait dengan marginal worker dan women, silakan. Oke, thank you, Bu Aulia.
Yeah,
There
thank you.
there are several questions that maybe you can look at in the meeting chat. The first one is from Pak Aswin Wipai. Pak Aswin Wipai mentioned a question that how can we ensure a smooth transition for worker as AI coming to our job? That's the first question. And then the second question is how will we measure automation is a success in our job or company, and how can automation help with talent challenges? And how do we maximize the value of our automation solution investment? And then the number 4, that we are the consequences of ignoring of the digital transformation. What are the key digital transformation strategies and success factor for companies deploying digital solution? Maybe from Paswin first, maybe?
Yes. So the first question is because I don't see the question. So how can we assure? Could you please repeat?
Okay. How can we ensure a smooth transition for worker as AI coming to our job? Okay. Maybe you can answer first or continue. Okay.
One by one. How can we ensure a smooth transition of workers or like if AI coming? So like what I was in my presentation I was focusing, and I think you understand, it's more about that we could teach it's more that we should focus on learning, on teaching some we should just learning and teaching process. We should focus on this, how we can we should not ignore AI, like what I said, ChatGPT, like at least, let's say, yes, it has some it's not, I would consider ChatGPT still not fully developed, but we should maybe involve in our learning. We should not ignore it. So I would say we should, from now, we should focus on learning and teaching. Teaching. But the most important is that we should understand that we cannot learn everything. So we should learn how to find the new we should how we find the information, how we should update our knowledge. So this is the most important, how we want to smooth transition of workers, but as well maybe some from the like, also what is very important is the involving like not just but maybe like from the high school we should start to update that they should also be interested in AI. So I think we should kind of also social initiatives and government should kind of change, not like learning, we cannot learn it, but maybe that we are curious to know it. Like, this is more like social norms changing, I would say, that we should understand lifelong learning possibilities, not that we cannot learn everything at school or at university. This is my thinking. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Aurelia. And then the second one is about how will we measure automation is a success in our job or company. Bagaimana kita mengukur otomatisasi in success in our job or company, and how can automation help with talent challenges?
Yeah. Yeah, well, this is good question. Very good questions. Yeah, how can yeah, in success, yeah, like if the success would be like if we don't lose workers, and they our workers can adapt automatization, and we use same workers, and we update these skills, and they still stay in the work. This is the success. Yeah, like how to do it, that's the good question. Like maybe from now should start more and more, they say like it should, that the company should not because it's not for the company is not like it's not like you are using information technologies. Is more like that all the company should change the strategy according to information technologies. Let's say it's not let's say if you selling it's like it's how to create a value with with information technologies. So it's not like and using same resources what we have. So it's not like that we just learn how to use technologies. We more involve the workers, and we create a value. This is what is like how would be automation give success in our jobs. And yeah, but the challenge is that we have also workers who are not it's not just that all people, like it would be too easy, like if we say all, but some people maybe do not want to learn or do not have capabilities to learn. So the challenge is that we will have a lot of people who are out of the work, or they will just be part-time workers. So our challenge is how we can use those people, and how we can involve, how to make them interesting that to use technologies. This is like, because it's also we need to think about transformation of our society. This is like many possibilities, but also many challenges. So that's, maybe you would like to add something back by you.
Okay, thank you, Bu Aurelia, for your answer. And then the question from Pak Aswin is about what are the consequences of ignoring the digital transformation? And then what are the key transformation strategies and success factor for company deploying digital solution? Maybe the last question from Pak Aswin Vikai. The first is consequences of ignoring the digital transformation. And then what are the key digital transformation strategy for company deploying digital solution?
Okay, so what are the consequences of digital transformation? Yeah, it's the consequences. It's what I said, like that we will shape a bit labor force. So be more, it might be that we would have this transformation, we would have the big gap between high skill workers and low skill workers. And this is like concerning the labor market, like this could be the consequences, but as well, and for the companies, it could be a huge competition because it changes all the shape what they were doing, and like what are the key digital transformation strategies for the company. So it's I would say like that the key is that we should understand that since it is the technologies are very fast developed, we should understand that it's more like that the company should work now on building new like not even strategy, but like all the process, changing all the process of what they're doing before. Let's say if you have the shop, so maybe you should think how to digitalize it. Like it's more like about completely changing what you had before. It's not just doing it online. It's more like thinking about complete change of the process. And the most important that you should all the companies should start to do it now, at least slowly, but and maybe more involving workers also, because it will be it's like not, because let's say what we know in Indonesia, people use TikTok to sell many things. So it's like now people don't not so many people go to buy something like to use physical shops. So we should the company should change the strategy, should review the strategy and think how to change it, basically. Because now, unless the company wants to stay, but maybe 5 more years can stay, because the technologies are like fast updating. So this is my opinion, of course.
Okay, thank you, Aurelia. I hope the answer can answer the question, Pak Dibai. Thank you. And then dari Bu Puji is too long question. Maybe you can directly answer question to Bu Aurelia. Bu Puji, mohon izin, apakah masih bersama kami? Oh,
Ya, masih Pak.
Oke, silakan langsung aja karena pertanyaannya Anda terlalu panjang sekali ya. Silakan Ibu Puji, langsung aja.
Oh, sorry. Okay, my question is, what is the EU government or your government doing or planning to help the workers or job seekers to improve or adjust their skills And also you mentioned about entrepreneurship and innovation. What is the government doing also to support that one? In Indonesia, like in Indonesia, we have Kartu Prakerja or a pre-working card, which is provide subsidized online training or certification for job seekers. I mean, like, is it are there some policy or what's your government doing? Thank you.
Thank you for the question. Yeah, so in EU there is like how to improve the skills. So EU is have many programs, but one of them is Panorama. So it's like you can, for example, you can check what the skills are needed for the let's say for current labor market, what the current labor market needs, what skills needs. So let's say it's good for workers to know at least what you can evaluate, what do you have the skills or you don't have, or like for people who start for fresh graduates who just finish the school, they could understand what the labor market wants, what the skills are needed, so they could more think what they can study. So this also, but the government also have many programs like you. They teaching digital skills as well. There are some online trainings like like digital skills. What I know as well, there are individual learnings like that. You just since let's say if you already work but you want to update to change your job, you can enroll to some online trainings, and it's financed by EU to reskilling. But yeah, and there are also for older people some trainings they are doing like to update. And in my country more particular, so we have the labor organization, and they doing many trainings according to the labor market needs. So like also let's say your maybe job profile was different, but if you can get some training skills like even with IT or or more simple, but there are some trainings. So, and it could be you can get even scholarship for it. Like if you don't have a job while you're waiting for the job, you can have the training. But there are like requirements. So let's say your age or your education. So this kind of trainings.
Thank you for your answer.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you, Aurelia, for your answer. And then the question is from Bu Nopi. Mungkin Bu Nopi bisa langsung, you can directly question to Aurelia.
Is my voice terrible because this is just have a storm in my room?
For me, it's
Can you
good.
hear me?
It's good.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I
This is
understand.
storming in my room.
I have problems.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I've read one paper about the Society 5.0 and the trust and the opportunity, and basically the paper and your presentation said the same thing, that we should have that, suggesting the HOTS mindset or high order thinking skill, and also it's must the country that want to survive the Society 5.0 it should have to push their education system basically. But the thing is, to make that happen, we do need times. And for the some country that have a bonus demographic, like emerging country, especially emerging country that have bonus demographic, that could be challenges for them. That were challenging for them. And my question is, how is it? I mean, like, is that challenges could be dragging the country, like emerging country, to the poorer Gini ratio? That is my question, because like for some emerging country that have bonus demographic, they have poor Gini ratio, Gini index too. So yeah, that is my question.
So, could you please remind the question? How?
Okay,
What?
so basically the point of my question is, if the country, especially the emerging country that have a bonus demography, have to survive the society 5.0 with like pushing their educational system, but they have poor Gini index. So it is can be more. Is it the challenges could be making the Gini index on their country more poorer or something like that? Like on the short term. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. Yes, I'm thinking why it's actually it could be. I'm thinking why you okay, emergency. Yeah, I know. Yes, Indonesia has bonus demographic. I know this. But I think, yeah, and yes, this is not, push education system, yeah. But this when I'm speaking about education system, it doesn't mean like changing all the education system. It's not like I don't think that Indonesia is very bad with education system. I just think maybe needs some updates, or like any country, it's not like just need some updates. And bonus, actually Indonesia could win, emergency country actually could win in digital transformation, because there are you have because you have this is what you said, bonus is like you have a lot of young people, more than other countries, so you can actually win, I would say, in digital transformation, because you have more ideas maybe, and you can create value more than other, because what you have it means you are rich with people and ideas, and the Indonesian, like how far I live just in Indonesia, 8 years almost. But what the Indonesian have creativity, I would say. So it's creative people, and and Indonesian is one of the society who are using one of the most. I'm not sure if the statistics, but I think you are one of the most nations who are using like a lot on like platforms and internet, and so if just a little bit shape what you are doing on your phone, and if it's a little bit shape, you could you could have pluses. So I think it's not just education, it's more like I would say more like social norm, or like maybe more promoting that people would, while they are using some phone or internet technologies, that they would more also learn something, like more, I don't know, maybe, promoting somehow, like promoting the image of learning something, but in a fun way. Maybe I think it could be pluses, this democratic. I don't know why you worry so much.
Because the thing is, the emerging countries sometimes have a poor Gini index, and then I don't know why my mindset is that if a country have a poor Gini index, that's why if they want to survive in society 5.0, they must have time. Yeah, they must have time. They must have take the step one like slowly, and it can be harm or threatening for the Gini index. That is my concern. Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, okay, but I don't know if this index. Yeah, okay, I understand, but it could be more higher, like poor, between poor and rich. But it's also, I'm thinking that because like what I was doing some research, I don't know if it's very connected, but like that what I found in Indonesia interesting, that people can be very poor, but they have cell phones, so they use technologies. So this could be a bit different. Maybe it's not the best indicator for this digital transformation, I would say. Genie.
Thank you. I'm sorry, my question is too complicated. I'm sorry. Thank you.
At least I give you.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, thank you for Novi for the question. It's very complicated and hard answer. Okay, the last one maybe from Pak Nabil. Maybe you can directly to ask for Aulia. Muhammad Nabil, silakan.
Baik, terima kasih waktunya Pak Bayu.
Sama-sama, oke.
Okay, thank you for your presentation, Miss Aurelia. This very interesting topic. I want to ask about gender inequality. In your opinion, how can digital transformation help reduce this gap? And can this digital transformation help precarious workers, especially for women, to survive in the labor market? Or on the contrary, this transformation will have a worse impact on precarious workers? Maybe that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, thank you for the question. It's a very good question. Thank you. So yeah, the thing is, yeah, it could help to reduce the gap. How? Let's say because we have like maybe some social norms, what women like. It could be, from my thinking, it could not be. Discrimination could be lower because using internet technologies, we cannot see is it man or woman, like man or woman. So it could reduce the gap, and it could be no, let's say, salaries gap between women and men, because suddenly we use technology, so this could help for women to reduce the gap, and maybe some women also could, because we still live in society that women are taking care of more are involved in childcare or in household duties. It could help women more to be in the labor market while using technologies. So they could be more involved in the labor market, which would help them to reduce the gap in that labor market. But they update their skills like faster using technologies, while they would not use technologies because, let's say, they are just they leave for maternity leave, and they spend time for childcare, and when they're coming back, they just basically don't have enough skills or work experience to be equal with men. So this could help to reduce. But what is the challenge that what we see, like that one of the things it could be that it's still there are some still stereotypes like that technologies, or like for men and for women, maybe communication, or like more like sales or teaching. But it's so this could be still coming to even it could be people are still might be still following it. So this so this is the challenge, but and it also could be that even if there is what I say, maybe it helps for women to have a balance of work and family, but on another hand, it means that because of family duties, maybe women would be less involved in the labor market, and in the end they will have lower skills. So it could be still coming all this inequalities, even in coming to society 5.0. So these are challenges, and it would be actually interesting to do research on this topic. Maybe not so much data is for it, but it would be very interesting research. Yeah, I hope I answered Pak Muhammad to your question. If you maybe you want to add something, or Pak? Sorry?
Okay, thank you, Bu Aulia. Maybe Pak Muhammad Nabil, apakah ada yang ingin disampaikan kembali? Cukup?
Okay. Thank you for the answer, Miss.
Okay, cukup. Okay, maybe one question, the last question maybe. Any more question? Or enough? Okay, now because it was already 15:30 in the afternoon. Okay, Bu Aulia, thank you for sharing your experience. Please applause for our speaker, Bu Aulia from Ubud, from Bali.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, dear participant. That is today's event, whole series of activity. We want to thank to the speakers and our participants who have participated in today's lecture activity. Hopefully that today lecture can provide knowledge and benefit to all of us. Sekali lagi terima kasih kepada Bu Aulia Rimkute dan juga Bapak Ibu sekalian yang sudah hadir pada acara seri perkuliahan ini. Jadi ini sebetulnya perkuliahan Bu Aulia. There is a final lecture before exam or final exam. Jadi ada semacam dosen dari luar negeri atau dosen tamu seperti itu. Baik, Bapak Ibu sekalian, ladies and gentlemen, maybe this lecture kita bisa akhiri. Terima kasih sekali lagi. Thank you for Bu Aulia Rimkute for your sharing. And then our friend, teman-teman semua yang sudah hadir hari ini, mungkin untuk selanjutnya kita akan undang lagi Bu Aulia. Maybe we can invite you to other opportunities or for sharing experience again. Dengan demikian, dengan demikian mungkin untuk hari ini kita cukupkan sekian. Terima kasih Bapak Ibu sekalian yang sudah hadir dan juga speakers Bu Aulia. Dan demikian untuk seri perkuliahan ini kami akhiri. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat sore. Thank you for Bu Aulia for your sharing. Thank you.
Thank you, back by you.
Thank you, Bu Aulia.
Thank you, Miss Aulia.
Have a nice day and have a nice holidays. Or like you will have holidays now or the exams?
Yeah, next week. Next week maybe we can conduct the final exam for this lecture. Especially from Indonesian economy.
Good luck with exams.
Okay, thank you, Bu Aulia. Maybe we can leave now. Okay, thank you.
Yes. Yeah.